Day 7. CI/CD Solutions. In this part of the course, we will briefly cover the concept of CI/CD, and then install a CI/CD solution using Jenkins. We will also create a pipeline that uses dynamic build agents to build and deploy the first app application that we used earlier in the course. So let's have a look at the overview. Well, as described, the first section will be about what CI/CD is. Then we will go on to install Jenkins and a Docker in Docker solution into our cluster. Next, we will describe pipeline as code, and then we will create our own pipeline as code. Finally, we will do some homework. Day 7. Overview of CI/CD. In this video, we will have a brief look at the concept of CI/CD in preparation for creating our own CI/CD solution for the first app application. CI/CD stands for Continuous Integration and Continuous Delivery / Deployment. It is composed of a number of techniques and technologies that work together to increase the speed and quality of development iterations. One of the earliest tools that was used for CI/CD was cruise control. However, there is now a large number of tools available that can be used for CI/CD. And in this section of the course, we will focus on using Jenkins. The general pattern of tool usage is to have an automation / job server that runs pipelines, with the pipelines then making use of other tools at various stages of their execution. So let's go into a little bit more detail about the terms. Continuous integration is a practice that requires developers to integrate code into a shared repository several times a day, with every check-in resulting in an automated build. Now this has a number of benefits, such as the ability to constantly check on code health, i.e. can it be built? And then automated code quality checks, followed by automated code coverage checks, and automated testing. Things like vulnerability scanning as well. So what is a typical CI workflow? So it would start with the developer developing code, and then once they've tested their code locally, they would commit it to the source repo. After that, an automated pipeline would start, generally triggered by a webhook in the source code repository. This pipeline would check out the code and then build it, including downloading any dependencies that are needed. Once the code is built, it would be tested, and that could be anything like a unit test, a functional test, security, coverage, vulnerability, integration, etc. Next, the built code is packaged and uploaded to an artifact repository, depending on the type of thing that's been built. So a Docker image would go to a Docker registry, and importantly, the artifact should be tagged with a version number. Once the artifact is uploaded to the artifact repository, then security vulnerability scans could be performed. So next up is continuous delivery. So continuous delivery is the capability to do automated deployments into non-production environments. The entire deployment process must be scripted, and the artifacts that are deployed are those that were built in the previous CI, continuous integration phase, and they're deployed out of the artifact repositories that they were stored within. Once the application is deployed, then a range of tests can be executed to confirm the function of the application, and these tests should also be scripted. Finally, we have continuous deployment. So continuous deployment extends continuous delivery, but this time it deploys into production environments. The exact same scripts and processes that have been validated in the continuous delivery phase should also be used in the continuous deployment phase. Generally speaking, some predetermined criteria must be met before deploying into production. This could be a human check or some form of automation. If you would like more information on continuous integration and continuous deployment, the ThoughtWorks website has a very good article about it. What we have done in this video is provide a very brief description of the concept of CI/CD, continuous integration / continuous delivery / deployment. In the next video, we will install Jenkins into our cluster.